Hi there, my Starseed Collective. This is Laurie of Your Empress Energy. I hope everyone is doing well today and that you've had an awesome week. Welcome back to the channel if you are a returning viewer. If you are new here, welcome, welcome. Either way, I just want to say how much I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Thank you so much. All right, I have already pre-shuffled the deck and cut it, but I like to do that when you guys come in and I start the video. All right, so let's see what we get for messages today. We'll make this pretty quick. All right, lost lands, earth pulsing. You got the love and your life is a canvas. Okay, I'm going to zoom in for you as best I can anyways. Let's see if I can move these over just a touch this way and get them all into the frame here. Okay, this looks pretty good. We've got lost land, soul, memories, and gifts. You've done this before. Boy, I sure feel like it. Earth pulsing, pulse of the mother, slow down, time in nature. You got the love. Hadarian energy, codependency, boundaries, and your life is a canvas. Artist, manifestation, creative, accountability. Awesome. Sounds like we're going to get some really good messages this week. I can relate to every single one of these cards right now. Okay. Lost Land says, the world is far more ancient than our documented history suggests. As souls, many of us have experienced ancient eras on this planet that were much more advanced than ours today. As we begin to remember these times, the rememberings and gifts can come flooding back. At this stage in Earth's timeline, we need the wisdom of the ancients to survive as a species. You're being called to connect with the lost wisdom of your own soul. If you feel guided to make a change in your life, to step into a new career path, birth a creation, or bring an idea to life, but feel unprepared, this card is calling you to consider that you've done this before. Perhaps your soul has wisdom beyond what your lifespan can imagine. Perhaps the intuitive hits and ideas you're receiving are divinely guided. Perhaps you've been preparing for this time. Some think that lost lands exist in the past. Others believe they exist today in a different dimension. I believe that these ancient lands also exist in the souls of those who experience them. If this card comes to you, perhaps the wisdom of lost lands, such as Lemuria, Atlantis, and Avalon, exist within you. And through surrendering to the intelligence of your soul, you can unlock the seeds of these ancient lands so we can all learn from our mistakes and usher in a new age. I am reading Rebecca Campbell, her words. So these are her direct thoughts because she's the creator of these cards. But I do agree with her sentiments here. Your starseed activation for this card is, I unlock any forgotten wisdom and soul gifts from lifetimes past. I'll repeat that. I unlock any forgotten wisdom and soul gifts from lifetimes past. That's a great message, and it definitely resonates with me. Let's see what Earth Pulsing says. I think we got this last week, if I'm not mistaken. A mysterious pulse is woven through all of life. The planet itself has a rhythm. You can see it in the seasons and the tides. In our world of artificial lighting, long working hours, and modern conveniences, it's easy for us to feel stuck and off kilter. Oh yeah. It's time to reconnect with nature and surrender to the pulse of the earth. Earth pulsing is my favorite tool for surrendering to the rhythmic pulse of the mother and the entire universe. Today, many of us are disconnected from the land beneath us. Somewhere along the way, a severing happened, a moment when it became too painful to stay connected. We feel unsupported and as if we don't belong. We look to other people in the external world to fill the void of the connection, holding and belonging once given to us by the earth, taking, clutching, conquering, longing for others to receive us fully as the mother once did, forgetting that she's still here, waiting for us to remember and activate that part of us that longs to receive her embrace. When you consciously connect with the earth, a veil is lifted and she opens up and receives you more fully. You are able to drink from her sweet waters and release what no longer serves you. Stagnant energy falls away and you become connected to all things on the planet. Your starseed activation for this card is, I surrender to the pulse of the mother. May my heart beat in unison with her. That's beautiful. And I don't know if that's the same one we got last week or not. Yeah, it is. You got the love. Let's see what that says. You got the love. The Hadarians are believed to be beacons of pure, divine, unconditional love who see love in all people and situations. As a result, they can find it hard to have boundaried, interdependent, healthy relationships because they only see the unconditional nature of those they meet. This is exactly where I am in my life. I just watched a YouTube video this morning. I want to say it was pick a card, but it was pick a constellation. And that really struck home with me. Continuing with this. The lovers of the cosmos, they dive in fast. They're here to learn how to love while in a separate body. To learn to love self first and then establish healthy relationships with others. To remember that the love they seek is already within them. That they truly do have all the love all on their own. The message of this card is to review the ways that you may need to establish healthier boundaries. Perhaps you're in a codependent relationship in which you may be losing your sense of self. It's common for starseeds to dive deep into relationships, particularly with those who feel safe and familiar at a soul level. Perhaps you're in a relationship in which you give more than you receive, or perhaps there's a certain volatility to it and you're always unsure where you stand. This card is assigned to do a relationship review and see what energetic agreements you've made, consciously or unconsciously. To acknowledge if there are relationships in which you feel anxious or powerless, in which you don't feel like it's safe to relax and just be you. To assess if there are any places of inadequacy that you've used a relationship to soothe and cover up. I'm going to talk on that in just a second. Starseed Soul Inquiry is, do you lose yourself in relationships? If so, how? How can you develop a deeper love for yourself? Those are really great questions to ask yourself, and we should all do that probably once every few months, just to, like they said, do a relationship review and make sure that we are not losing ourselves in any relationship, whether it be friendship, parent-child, romantic, or career. Okay, we can lose ourselves at any point. So having a relationship review is a really, really great plan. Let me repeat those questions in case you missed them or want to write them down. Of course, you can rewind the video. Do you lose yourself in relationships? If so, how do you lose yourself? Your second question is, how can you develop a deeper love for yourself? Even though you have a deep love for yourself, you can still lose yourself in relationships. I am famous for this because I am known for only seeing the good in people. I see straight to a person's soul, which means I can see if somebody is not good, if they are not worth the time, okay? However, most people have a redeeming quality within them that does make them a good person, but they may choose throughout their life not to let that light shine, okay? And that's where I tend to get lost in the relationship because I still see the good in them and want to bring out the good, whereas they don't see the good in themselves. Okay, so use caution with relationships, please. Make sure you're always doing a relationship review. Let's see what it says about your life as a canvas. Okay, this says artist, manifestation, creative accountability. You are the artist of your life, and your life is a canvas. Take responsibility for your ability to create. Earth is known as a planet of manifestation. Your present moment is based on your past thoughts and beliefs. Your current thoughts determine your future. What kind of life do you want to create for your future? What are you being called to create? Reconnect with your manifesting power and align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with a vibration that matches them. It's never too late to start, and no experience is required. All you need is an open heart and mind and consistent daily action. If you're not sure what you'd like to create, start instead with a feeling of deep gratitude for all that's good in your life right now. State out loud what you're most thankful for. Look for the good in your life, and one thing will be certain. You'll find yourself attracting more and more good experiences into your world. This card is inviting you to see your entire life as a canvas, and the picture is completely up to you. Color it with your thoughts and feelings. Create the life that you most long to live. You may also be called to be more creative in your everyday life. What have you been called to create? How can you express yourself more creatively? Your Starseed Soul Inquiry question is, what are you being called to create in your life? Sometimes we need synchronicities, repeated numbers, hearing the same name over and over again, having a recurring thought. When we have those things enter our life, that's a good sign that we are on the right path to opening ourselves up to what we need to do, okay? Pay attention to those synchronicities, my starseeds. I hope this message was helpful to some of you, maybe gave you a bit of encouragement, maybe woke you back up to a fact that you'd put asleep, about relationship review and stuff like that, and that you've done these things before in life, in past lives, and, whatever. You've got all the knowledge you need within you to create what you need. We may need to take a break and just plug back into Mother Nature and reconnect so that we can go back to helping people like we do all the time. Okay, my star seeds, until our energies cross again, I'm wishing you much peace, love, and happiness. Take care.